Welcome in to the Cheeseheads and the Bear podcast, episode 64. Why don't we get some intros going here, boys?
Boom! Season number 2, bringing you the boom.
Sorry, just threw up in my own mouth. You got the bear, Brennan Elgis.
And you got the Viking, Alex Rudinger.
And today
Mm,
we do not have Connor. Actually, I don't even know what he's up to right now.
Some golf thing.
Golf, yeah.
Yeah,
Mother's
he's,
Day, something. I don't know. What it
It's
was.
it's it's always golf and whatever. But gonna be talking a lot football today. We've got some players to talk about. There's been some moves and some things that have happened. Kind of breaking news, to be honest.
yeah.
We'll call it breaking news on the podcast. We got some breaking news to discuss. We're going to be going over some rankings of wide receivers in the NFC East and North. We're going to be doing some rookie superlatives, giving our thoughts for fantasy, and then of course NBA playoffs still going on. We will be discussing the playoffs. Crazy fucking playoffs going on right now. But as always, the sports starters. We'll start with Da Bayo, and then we'll go to Da Viking. What do we got for a sports starter, Mr. Bayo?
So, mine is going to be Shamar Stewart, the rookie first round pick for the Bengals, is sitting out of mini camps, not signing. He has not signed his contract yet. I think we were talking before, and someone said the second round has not signed either, which is hilarious. But I know for a fact that Shamar Stewart has not, as of today, signed and is not practicing. So the Bengals are doing something. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe their owner's just really cheap, and they don't got any more money after paying those three guys. But I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on a first round pick rookie not signing a $9 million a year contract.
I
It,
don't understand. I don't
it's
get it.
crazy. It mostly has to do with guaranteed money, which at on some level I understand. Rookie deal, it's not going to be worth a lot. You want to guarantee that you're at least going to make a decent amount of money on your rookie contract. So I get it. To be honest, JJ McCarthy kind of did the same thing. He was talking about holding out till he got a fully guaranteed deal. Ended up getting it and then showing up to camp. But yeah, the Bengals not decide like I feel like that's just a regular thing nowadays, at least, where you just guarantee the rookie deal because you'd rather have that guy on the field than not for $9 million a year. Like, that's chump change in the grand scheme of things when it comes to
Right.
NBA or NFL contracts. So it's just I don't know what, like you said, I don't know what the Bengals are doing. I don't know how stingy their owner is. It's just I don't know.
That defense is cursed. I don't know what's going on with that defense, but I mean, dude, Shamar, like, you have a spot on that team. You're
Literally.
gonna be playing. You have to prove yourself, obviously. Like, I get the guaranteed thing. You brought up a good point, but you're a rookie. You haven't proved shit yet. Take your money, go out there, ball. You've got the starting spot. Go get your money after a couple of proven years. So it's kind of selfish, but at the same time, I understand. You want your money guaranteed, but still, come on.
Yeah, I got two things with this. It's like, uh, is NIL money just ruining like
Yes.
these players coming in? Because like we were saying, 9 million is not a lot for like a rookie or the amount of money that everyone else is making in the NFL, right? But like Mason said, you got to prove yourself as a rookie, and I don't know what he was possibly making at Texas A&M. I think that's where he's from. He was probably making 4 million, $5 million just playing football. And then the second thing was like, buddy, you had 1.5 sacks last year.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend like you were the number one defensive end on the board and you like dropped, or like you had a really good successful, a lot of stats at Texas A&M. So I mean, I don't know. It's weird. The Bengals. I just laughed when I saw that because they were just dealing with so much stuff with Jamar Chase and T Higgins, and now they're dealing with a guy that hasn't even played a snap for them yet and didn't have much production at Texas A&M. So, yeah, that was just so funny to see.
We'll see how that plays out. Yeah. Dumbass.
Uh, Mason, why don't you go? Because mine is not sports news related. But I
Oh,
know
and
Beautiful.
you got a little quiet there. I'm not gonna lie.
me.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Alex, you got a little quiet there. Uh oh,
Oh,
yeah. Now I can't even hear you. Mason, go ahead and say your thing.
yeah, that's perfect. It'll be short and sweet because it's about Gabe Davis. He just got released by the Jacksonville Jaguars. So shout out Blaine. He's
Yeah.
been a big Gabe Davis guy for a while now. So just curious to see where Gabe Davis will end up. Maybe the Steelers.
Dude, I love Blade so much. He tried to tell me so many times on how good he was, and I'm like, bro. And he would always have like, as soon as I tell him he's not good, that next week he'd go like
Three
4 for 80
touchdowns.
and a touchdown, and I'm like, God damn it! But then the next 4 years or 4 weeks in a row would be 2 for 30, 2 for 10,
Yeah,
1 for 14. But I'm
couple
like, God,
overs.
he is just a roller coaster, and like whenever like you needed him, there he was good for like every 4 weeks he was good. I'm not gonna lie, it's so funny.
Yeah. Let's see if Alex has got his mic working again. Nope,
Uh
just
oh.
not at all. Wait, he's muted though. Now he's
Maybe
not.
maybe join, maybe leave and come back. So
Yeah,
no, I kind of want to talk about Gabe Davis for one more second.
yeah,
I just think, yeah, you brought up the Steelers, man. I saw that as a potential option, and I know we're gonna talk about the Steelers in a second. I just think that like I just feel bad for Steelers fans if they sign Gabe Davis back. I think they were trying to trade for him. I think I heard something like a few years ago, so that could be a very potential spot for him.
yeah.
I just that wide receiver room would go from like really fucking good to
Just average, not
back to
even
where it was
right.
exactly.
Just
Oh
not
my god, that's
great,
so
dude.
funny. No,
Yeah,
Gabe Davis. Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
sorry to keep cutting you off, but that kind of answers Travis Hunter is definitely playing more of the wide receiver side though, right? You would think.
oh, absolutely. Because now who? It's BTJ Hunter, and then maybe Parker Washington at the three, or
Yeah, and then
not
there's
even really know
probably
that.
another three somewhere, but Gabe Davis,
Right.
man. If you had the guess, is it Steelers?
I would guess, dude. It's the quickest, easiest option. They just got rid of Pickens, which we'll get to in a little bit, but it's wide open. It's Metcalf and Calvin fucking Austin, who's like 5'5", I think.
Dude,
Like,
he would have been a great weapon for them too, like at the slot, like having
right.
both of those two big ass dudes on the outside and having
Agreed.
Calvin on the uh, uh, inside for the slot
Yeah.
for like all the underneath stuff. I just turned my notifications off, so if he texts, you got to make sure you see it. So
I
because
will be checking
it'll
mine.
go through my computer and it'll be a very loud sound. Um,
Yes.
but I don't know.
Hello.
I think Gabe Davis will find a home here pretty fast because you got to think like there's like a lot of good wide receivers left on the free agent market right now. It's actually insane. We got like Keenan Allen still,
Right.
looking for a job.
Amari
He's
Cooper, I think, and.
Amari Cooper, yes, he's still there.
Yeah.
And then now you got Gabe Davis, and then Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you got to figure out something with all these guys. And Gabe Davis is, gonna have to fight those three or those two, guys that have proved more. I think, but Gabe
Right.
Davis is really young. I always think he's super old. He's like 26.
Yeah, dude. I always think he's because he looks old, dude. He just has that look of him. Dude, he looks like he's like 32, 33, like ready to be on his way out. And he's like, no, like he's only been in the league for, I think 5, 6 years maybe. So maybe a little more. So
Alrighty.
hey,
A
there
little
he
loud.
is.
Now you're a little loud.
That's fine.
That's fine.
We're back.
Perfect. All right. No, yeah, we were just kind of stalling for you to get back in here. We were just making fun of the Steelers and Gabe Davis,
Love
and
that.
that wide receiver room would be. All right. What's your sports starter?
My sports starter is going to be kind of a do you know ball sort of thing here. I saw this on Twitter the other day. All in their prime. I'm going to name you 4 running backs, and one of them's got to go. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So start off. We have Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Next, Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
Next, we have LaDainian Tomlinson.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Okay.
Next, we have Adrian Peterson.
Okay. I'm between Cutting Barkley and Henry.
Okay.
And
Barkley and Henry. You know, I think it would. I think recency bias. I think it's gonna have to be Barkley, just because I know he won the Super Bowl, but he was doing his thing on the Giants. I won't lie, and he had a really good year. But like Derrick Henry has had a bajillion 2,000 yard seasons, I believe. Daniel Tomlinson is all-time GOAT, and obviously we know who AP is. He actually won an MVP as a running back, so it's obviously not going to be him. So if I had to pick one, I think maybe it's a hot take. I don't know. I think I'd cut Saquon. LT is the man. I love that guy, so I'd have to keep him.
he had one of the best seasons of all time as a running back. And, well, I can't even remember, '06 or '07, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. But, yeah, I would probably go Barkley, too. Just like we're thinking about the player in their prime, Derrick Henry. Prime Derrick Henry is disgusting. AP was the best running back in football for a handful of years. Same with LaDainian. So, I mean, Barkley had a historic season, don't get me wrong, but also it's the Philadelphia fucking Eagles. Their offensive line was cracked. So,
Yeah, let the Eagles win one more Super Bowl, and then we can have this conversation again, and it could easily be someone else. So
Right.
I think the next guy would probably be LT for me personally. I know I said I just love him and I couldn't do it, but
yeah.
I think Derrick Henry's dominance, because I saw all of his career. I think LT would be next for me.
Nice. I like it. I saw a lot of people were talking about how I feel like the comments underneath that post were a little split. A lot of people were saying LT, to be honest, which was shocking to me because I didn't say it, but I would also cut Saquon here. It's just, and then a lot of people saying Saquon, and if you're not cutting Barkley, then you don't know ball, because LT was a monster. And yes, like we were just talking about, the recency bias with Saquon, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Love that question,
Nice.
though. Love that question.
All right, so apparently I'm a little quiet. Do I?
Shut the fuck up,
Holy
dude.
crap.
Shut the fuck up. Just
No,
dealing with a whole bunch of technical difficulties here.
Literally.
Yeah, we're struggling this Saturday morning, but we're gonna persevere, and we're
Maybe an in-person pod soon. That'd be awesome. Ha.
yes,
That'd be
We'll
cool.
we'll get there. We'll find time. If Alex was in the fucking country. State.
Speaking of, no, I'm kidding. No. What are we doing? Are we doing the wide receiver rankings?
Unless we want to talk Carr quick.
No.
Ooh,
We're gonna
I
break
forgot
some
about
news.
that.
We
Yeah.
gotta break some news here because this happened like an hour ago. Maybe?
Yeah.
Yep.
Derek Carr announcing his retirement due to injury in his right shoulder. Obviously, he was having some issues there. So, I mean, overall, I think he had a decent career. Wasn't fantastic. Obviously, never did anything.
Better than his brothers.
playoff. Right, exactly. But just thoughts on Derek Carr and maybe what the Saints are going to do next. What's happening?
Yeah, Saints are gonna Saint, dude. I don't know.
Saints are
Thank
gonna-
God, thank God you got those Drew Brees years, because my God, unless you guys go for Archie Manning for some reason and tank so hard next year and get him and he saves you, this could be another 10 years of just 4 to 5 wins for the Saints. My God, it would be so disgusting.
Yes.
I know. I think for Connor's birthday, I might get him a Tyler Stout jersey, just or like a signed card or something,
Yeah.
just for his birthday coming up. So that would be so funny. But no, I don't know. Prayers up to his shoulder. Hopefully he gets everything figured out. He made enough money, so he's fine. But it's sad that he had to retire because of that. But yeah, shout out to Saints, I guess.
Yeah, you always want to see a guy go out on their own terms. You hate to see somebody have to retire due to injury. That does always suck. But I mean, playing for the Saints will do that to you. I mean, they're fucking garbage. So, no love lost from the Viking here for the Saints. They can suck for the next 26 years. I am 100% okay with that. So.
And they probably will because they are so in debt they have no money.
Yes.
Well, they just dropped off like $40 million, bro. He retired, so now all that money's coming back. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that all works.
I don't know how
Give me the money back.
Refund. We have the receipt.
But Derek Carr, his stats for 12 seasons, 41,245 yards, 257 tutties, and 112 interceptions. So, got to be proud of those numbers.
I mean, he was a great regular season quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, if you needed he someone to maybe win you like 6 games, he could do that. It's just his teams were never good. I mean, the Raiders, I know that he had Davante Adams, but that was like for a year and a half maybe. Yeah. And then he went to the Saints, and we all know how bad the Saints are. So Chris Olave, I mean, he's all right, but their defense gave up 45 points a game, so they couldn't do anything. So I feel bad for him that he just never really got a chance to, prove himself. But, hopefully his shoulder, they figure that out, and everything's good.
Yeah, he was never really on a contender. So we never really got to see like a deep playoff push from Derek Carr, but we did get to see some good ball in Oakland. Definitely not in New Orleans, but definitely had some good years there in Oakland, in Las Vegas / Oakland. So that was pretty cool to see. Tough break for the kid, but now the Saints roll into the season with a Connor coined term here with Tyler Shitbag as their starting quarterback. That is a Connor Kelly original right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That's so funny. That quarterback room of Tyler Shitbag and the rattlesnake. So that'll be
and Jay Kaner.
Jay Kaner.
Jake. Oh my god. No, I know. I think let's bring it up real fast because we were talking about it in the chat. You guys, I think it was Alex that brought up Aaron Rodgers to the Saints. I think the idea was, maybe not the Steelers, but maybe wait for a guy to retire or get injured. I don't think this was the team that he was looking for.
I don't think so either.
I don't think this was. Maybe his agent goes, "Hey, Derek Carr just retired. You want to go play for the Saints?"
Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone.
I'll go to the Steelers. I promise.
Mr. Rogers, we have the Saints on the phone. I'm out to lunch. I'm on a darkness retreat.
Yeah. So no. I don't think this will. I saw that. I don't think this will be the team. It would be really funny if that actually ends up being the team that he goes to after it being the Steelers going to the Saints. But I just don't. Yeah, it's got to be someone that could maybe win 7 games, in my opinion.
He needs to be on a team, exactly like you said. Like maybe like a playoff team, like someone that's not going to be as shitty as the Saints, because he's got a year, 2 at the very most. He is on his
one.
I think it's 1.
Like barely 1, exactly. So he's got to find a team that could make him to the playoffs. And Steelers right now only option. So it'd be funny. It'd be funny as hell. But my bet's on probably not, like you guys said.
Yeah.
But speaking of players getting moved around, we have a trade. Trade. I don't really know the details. I can't remember what was moved and what happened, so you guys are going to have to find that for me. But George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott has got his wide receiver 2 locked in. So, Brennan, thoughts initially on the George Pickens trade? How does it help the Cowboys? What do you think it means for the Steelers?
Dude, shut your cat up.
Sorry, my bad.
He's so loud.
The mic's really picking that up. I'm sorry. He was giving his opinion. No, I think it was a 3rd and a 5th. I think that's what the Cowboys gave up. Okay. I gave it a W for the Cowboys, and I gave it an F- for the Steelers, because you bring in DK, an older wide receiver, and give him the money. Why did you do that and then trade away George Pickens? Maybe the headache is real, and they just wanted to get rid of that. But I don't know. The Steelers are sorry, man. He's really fucking annoying. He's going to Daily now, so I think he should be okay. I can't even think now. Someone else talk. I'm gonna go shut him up.
I saw something about the Steelers are so good at getting rid of problem child receivers just before completely break and lose it. So maybe that's the case here, and George Pickens really was going to start causing some problems if they held on to him for a little bit longer. You're good. You're good, Mace. You're back. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was cutting out, so I don't know what the hell you just said.
I was just talking about how the Steelers have a history of releasing in the wide receivers before they absolutely have a mental break. So
Right.
maybe that's the
Antonio
case
Brown,
here.
Deontay Johnson, Martavius Bryant.
Yeah.
There's got to be. I saw it was four.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
graphic of 4 dudes, and I can't
Yep.
remember the last one. But yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe he's about to spiral. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see.
I do like the move for the Cowboys, to be honest. I do think. I mean, Dak and CD have put up numbers when CD is like the only. I say only. They've had Michael Gallup. They've had Amari Cooper. You know what I mean? So when they have a proven wide receiver too, Dak and CD put up numbers. So I think and I think George Pickens can play that Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup type role where he's a draw for other defenders, so they can't just double CD all the time. So I like it.
Yeah. It all just is on the shoulders of Dak Prescott staying healthy. The last few years, dude has just gotten hurt every year. And then I think they just got rid of their backup that they have been putting in there. I can't think of his name right now. But I think they got Cooper Rush, thank you. I think they got Trey Lance there, so he could possibly get thrown in there.
Didn't they trade for who traded for Joe Milton? Yeah.
Joe Milton.
Yep, so they have a backup.
Fire. Yeah, and I love that guy, honestly. I think he's actually insane. Great athlete. But no, I just think Dak's just got to stay healthy, dude. And then, like you said, I think, the proven 2 is going to be awesome for that team.
Yeah, 100%.
Opens up a lot. And who's the running back? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on who the running back is.
My God, all the great questions today on the podcast. Cheesehead The Bear.
I almost said Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, who is the? It's Deuce Vaughn. Like that's the only.
Why is
that
yeah?
guy?
That's the only one I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of.
they drafted Jadon Blue.
Yeah.
From Texas.
Blue.
And then and then they brought in shitbags, Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams.
Yes.
Williams, there it is.
Javonte.
Yes, okay, Javonte, that's who it was.
God,
So
that
Javonte
running
Williams.
back room is disgusting.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking because Dak Prescott, if he stays healthy, he's going to be throwing for 4,500, 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
CeeDee's going to have a monster season. I think George Pickens is going to crack 1,000 too.
I was going to say, do you think he cracks 1,000?
I do. I think they both crack 1,000, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Only if he stays healthy.
Oh yeah, 100%. Honestly, Joe Melton can let it fly, and George Pickens loves throwing it, loves going deep, so that connection can be pretty nasty. But no, Dak Prescott is obviously the better quarterback, and I think both of them could hit 1,000. Just making it easier for both of them.
Yeah.
And then you got Jake Ferguson underneath too. So
Very true. Very true. That offense is very good, and their defense is solid too. So I mean, Dallas was a fucking shithole last year, but maybe they can turn it around. It's a tough division, obviously.
Yeah,
but I mean, we're seeing these teams where they're putting three, or we're seeing these divisions where they're putting 3 teams into the playoffs at a time. So I don't know. I doubt that'll happen because, we obviously have the NFC North where we're all going to be double-digit wins probably, except for one of our teams. So
man, why are you shitting on Mason's team like that, dude? That's not very nice.
So it's tough competition there in the NFC, which I really like to see. Is the NFC is going to be stacked this year.
Yeah.
So and because the AFC has always just been fucking great.
But the Cowboys do have a shit DC now, so I think they are going to struggle because they got Matt Eberflus over there. So
I mean, he's not the head coach, so
I know,
he's just a DC.
He's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good as a DC. I won't lie.
So,
but a head coach, not at all.
Yeah.
Right. I saw a picture, something on Instagram, and it was like, who's stopping this duo? It was like CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and then it panned to the fucking windows in their stadium.
The sun. That's
not being
so
able to
funny.
see.
That's so funny.
So we'll see what Jerry Jones and the Cowboys can do there. But we're gonna swing it over. I'm gonna let go of the reins of hosting right now, and we're going to swing it over to Alex.
Yeah.
Alex is going to take over for a little bit and give us some rankings on some wide receivers. And then Brennan will also give some rankings on wide receivers after. So, Alex, start with you. Take it away.
Speaking of the Cowboys here, I got the NFC East wide receivers ranked 1 through 7. Obviously there's a bunch of wide receivers on teams, but I just went with the 7 best receivers in this division. And after seeing a graphic, it's a pretty loaded wide receiver division. So I got my list here. Should I start 1 or should I start at 7?
Start at 7.
Okay. I was gonna say I think we know who the. Okay.
Actually,
Because I was gonna say we kind of know who's 1 and 2. That's where at the end where it kind of gets fun.
Okay.
But Mason, you are the host. Mason, you are the host. Let's do 7.
Start off with 7, and then get the build up. I want to see who's 1.
But the thing is, for the NFC North, spoiler, my NFC North ranking, we're going to start at 1 because we know
that's
who
cool.
won.
Yeah,
we'll do it a little bit different for each of you.
I like it. All right, so at number 7, the Viking has Deebo Samuel at number 7.
Funny. I have my ranking here too.
Do you?
Thanks,
okay.
All
right.
Yes. Yep. I have that as well.
Not obviously he's not a terrible wide receiver. He's not garbage, but he's not.
Yes.
He's not. but he is 7 of the 7 that I'm about to list here.
Yep.
At 6, I actually have George Pickens now sitting there at 6. At 5, I have Malik Neighbors at 5. 4, Devontae Smith.
Okay.
3, Scary Terry.
Okay.
2, CeeDee Lamb.
Oh my God. Okay.
1, AJ Brown.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, curveball.
That was.
Yeah, let me talk you through my process here a little bit.
I'd love to hear it.
Those 2 were definitely the ones I feel like I kind of set my 1 through 3. That was pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
But the 1 and 2 were I was going back and forth a lot. I feel like CD has had a little bit more production number wise, touchdowns, yards, all that stuff. But if you look at AJ Brown and you kind of look past the totals, you look at last year, he put up, I think, like 100 or 200 less yards than CeeDee Lamb. Granted, Dak injuries, blah, 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 blah. I'm just talking specifically for last year. AJ Brown did all that with like 40, 50 less catches. His production to me is what put him over CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is also obviously he's number 2, very good, but I think that AJ Brown does more with less than CeeDee Lamb does. CeeDee Lamb is the really only target last year, other than like Jake Ferguson, like we were talking about.
Brandon Cooks a couple games too.
Right. But AJ Brown over there has Devontae Smith. They have Dallas Goedert. They have Saquon Barkley. So for him to put up the numbers he is with the other people around, and we're just talking on the field. I mean, AJ Brown, he's kind of a crybaby when it comes to targets and sharing the ball and blah, blah, blah. But what he's able to do when he does get the ball in his hands, I think that puts him above CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion.
Fair take right there. Everything you said, it's absolutely true. He does, and he played fewer games too. He was hurt a couple games, so his production it's stats show. So
yeah,
I love it. I love that list.
Yeah, I got a feeling, which makes total sense. You did it with stats and production, which make a lot of sense. Mine, I did a lot of what they could be and who I think is just a better wide receiver. Okay. I had Neighbors over Terry. I had Neighbors at 3.
That is okay. I guess you're taking potential into it more. So
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay. I did not do that at all.
Am I gonna say that he has the guy that with all these 1,000 yards are better? No, but with the skill level, I think Neighbors is just a better wide receiver. He can do more with the ball, I think, personally. It looked like last year Terry was doing really good for first 8 weeks, and he was really good, really high on the stats. And then once everyone started looking at him, he kind of stopped producing as much. I'm not saying he's a bad wide receiver at all, but Neighbors had Drew Lock throwing him the ball. I know that's your guy, Alex, but he was doing stuff with him. And I just think when they get Jackson Dart or a guy that actually knows how to throw the football in there, I think Neighbors is going to be insane. And he had 1,200 yards as a rookie, so I think that's just insane.
Yeah.
But that's, again, I'm saying skill and not, production. So obviously
plus
Terry
potential.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, I like that list. I like that list a lot. We're good to go into my NFC North, or you guys got more to talk about that?
No, I'm covered it.
All right, so my NFC North, I got top 10 wide receivers. And this is not, production. This is skill, who I think are just better wide receivers. Maybe a little bit of production as well. So, number 1, DJ Moore. No, I'm just kidding. Number 1 is he was he's muted, so I wanted to get that in.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Justin Jefferson.
Goddamn right, in the NFL.
Easily number 1 in the NFC North. The number 2 is St. Brown. St. Brown is number 2.
Okay.
And then DJ Moore would get into that 3 spot for me. Number 4, this is when it starts getting fun because none of these guys are now number 1s. We got all the number 1s out of the way.
Yep.
Well, Packers, but they don't have one. So.
Exactly. I wouldn't say
My 4, though, Jordan Addison. I think Jordan Addison is number 4, skill-wise, and he's putting up numbers with Sam Darnold. The rep he had before coming to Minnesota, and then he had 999 his rookie year. So, with all the quarterbacks that he had to go through. Number 5 for me is Jamison Williams from the Lions. He cracked 1,000 last year, and I think he's going to have another good year this year. And then we get the first Packer wide receiver here, Jaden Reed. Yep. We have Jaden Reed as number 6.
I like that.
And then all these guys are number 2s and could be potentially 1s, just, either young or not producing at all or aren't very good, in my opinion. Next, we have Rome Odunze. Skill levels through the roof. He was the number 3 last year, and he still had 700 yards. So that was insane. And then we got Romeo Dobbs. I think he slotted right in my 8 spot with all the touchdowns he gets. We'll see if he's on the team by the beginning of the year. And then we got the 2 rookies. I think the 2 rookies end out the list for me. You can put them in whatever order you want. I got Luther and Golden are going to be my last 2 wide receivers.
Yeah.
Poor Bo.
Interesting.
Bo Melton, man.
Poor Bo Melton. Wicks, no. Watson, no.
Dude, where's Watson? Come on, get Christian on this list. He's the best Packer for anybody who isn't a Packer fan. I really fucking love that guy.
I was trying to put some sort of another wide receiver for the Packers on there, and Dobbs was the only guy I could think of. I mean, obviously Golden is on there too, but he's obviously hasn't played a snap yet. So
exactly.
But I think Luther and Golden are going to be nice. I think both of them are going to be pretty good.
Who do you think has more yards?
What about Ty Felton? We're just sleeping on Ty Felton, Maryland alumni. Come on now.
Stephon Diggs 2.0.
He's a beast.
Could be.
I also didn't put the other wide receiver you guys drafted either for the Packers with this
Savion Williams.
Yeah. Who has more yards for Golden and Luther?
Just a quick prediction.
Golden.
Yeah, it's probably Golden.
More opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on where he gets slated in the. If he for some reason gets gotta prove it baloney bullshit that they'd be doing in the professional sometimes.
That's crazy.
And he's behind Reed and like Dobbs for some reason. It could be close, but if they just put him at the 1, which they should, number 1 like first round pick, he will definitely have more opportunities and be the 1.
I do think there's a higher bust probability for Matthew Golden as well, only because of the pressure of being a number 1, plus like not only just being the number 1 receiver in that Green Bay room after 3-4 years of not, or 3 years now of not having one, but also the fact that you just drafted him in the first round, and obviously haven't done that since 2002 or whatever. I think there's a lot of factors that contribute to Matthew Golden potentially being like a bust if he's not a solid wide receiver 1, and that's a high bar to set for a rookie wide receiver. So
yeah, I don't know. It kind of depends on like I'm not going to look at him like him being a bust because I don't really care about him. But Packer fans are going to look at it like like if this guy isn't putting up 1,000 yards, we're not drafting another wide receiver in the first ever again.
Yeah, and
But I think it's more pressure from the Packer fans, honestly.
yeah, Packer
Who-
fans are ruthless, dude. I'd like
Yeah,
It's
I don't understand how
it's
crazy.
well, it's all expectations, dude. The franchise has been so successful forever.
that's
Yeah.
exactly
And
what it is.
you gotta come in and be ready to go. And if you're not, these fans are cutthroat, man. I won't lie.
Eating them
That's
up,
the thing
dude.
about Green Bay. And players even say the same thing. Like, there's only one thing in Green Bay, and it's football. That is it. So you're
Yeah.
coming here. My opinion, I don't think he cracks 1,000 yards.
Oof.
I don't think he does.
Ever or like year
No,
one?
just his rookie season.
Oh no. I don't think he does either. Maybe 9
Absolutely,
at
yes.
most.
Yes, I agree. I think I'd be happy with 8, 9, just because there's 17 receivers in that room. So
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's no way you guys go into the season with fucking 8 wide receivers on the depth
It's
chart.
not happening, dude.
There's
You guys
just
are
no
good.
way.
People are getting cut. Bo Melton's gone. Christian Watson gone. Like
I
these.
mean, you got to put some of these guys to the practice squad or whatever it is, and
And
those guys will be picked up immediately.
scooped up by like the Chargers and the
Like
Patriots.
Bo Melton might be on that list. I mean, Wicks, you really got to prove something in these
yeah.
mini camps, dude. Like,
Right.
I don't know. And then obviously you got to think of like Romeo Dobbs. You can't really trade Watson right now. He's the Damian Lillard of the Packers. But Dobbs could easily just be on the block. I don't know. We'll see what the depth chart looks like.
Yeah.
dude, everyone except Reed, I think, is
Yep.
potentially on the move. Who fucking
Yep.
knows? It's
And you got to make room
nerve-wracking.
for that other guy too. Like that. Oh my God.
And
There's so many
Saquon
wide
Williams,
receivers.
exactly,
Holy
dude.
shit.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. There's so many.
God, but speaking
So
of
many wide receiver twos on one team. It's insane.
It is crazy.
It's gross. I don't like it. We'll see if Golden can be a 1. But, speaking of rookies and potential busts and
Great segue.
fantasy-wise, talking stats. Love that segue. We're going to be moving into our Dynasty rookie draft superlatives. So we're basically just kind of giving our opinions and thoughts on who's going to be a sleeper pick for fantasy drafts, who's going to be a bust, who's the safest pick, who's a good long-term investment pick, who has the most potential, and then who is going to be the fantasy MVP rookie of the year for fantasy. So we will start with the sleeper. We'll go Brennan, Alex, and then I'll round it out. Brennan, you could, if you got multiple too, that's fine. We don't just have to give one here, but starting with the sleeper, who is your sleeper rookie fantasy pick here?
All right. So my sleeper pick, I got one for each one. I don't got many or multiple, but my sleeper pick is going to be Jaden Higgins, the Houston wide receiver. I think he is just going to slide into that number 2 role. I know they just traded for Christian Kirk, your boy Mason, but dude's 6'4". He's just gonna they're gonna have 2 enormous wide receivers out there, and C.J. Stroud I think is gonna want to have a bounce back or even a better year. Not saying he had a bad year, but want to have a better year than he had last year, and having 2 healthy wide receivers for the whole year is going to be great for him. And I think Jaden Higgins is going to be a sleeper pick.
He's going to be good.
I like that. I like that pick. I have also a wide receiver. I have Trey Harris for the Chargers. For basically the same exact reasons Brennan said. He's going to slide in there, be the number 2 behind Ladd, and he's 6'2", 205. He's a beast. So
I love him too, dude.
Yeah.
He's going to be nice.
So yeah, that's true. Ole Miss. So I guess we'll
His favorite target.
yeah, we'll see what Justin Herbert can do with him.
Yeah.
Love those picks.
I also have Connor's picks too. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
I'll,
yes, actually, give his
okay.
pick when you give yours. So
Okay.
do now, but yeah, when you
Okay.
give yours, give his.
Yes, sir.
too.
My sleeper, or his Connor sleeper is R.J. Harvey.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah, I think that's Mason's pick.
That was mine. I actually wrote 2 just in case if someone took R.J. Harvey from me. My next one is going to be Quinshawn Judkins on the Cleveland Browns. because
Okay.
Who knows what
All right.
Nick Chubb is going to do. So I think Quinshawn could fit into that running back 1 spot. But R.J. Harvey was my original pick for sure on that Broncos team.
Yeah. Nope, not gonna happen.
Now-
But
Hey, we'll see.
Stay asleep.
We'll see. Underestimate might, blossom. We'll find out. But the bust. Who is going to be the bust pick here? I think a lot of us might have some similar picks here.
I definitely don't.
Oh,
Okay, I love it.
Well, I don't know about yours, but I know Connor's. is the shit bag. He put Tyler Sowell. So I I told him. He said, "Are you doing any quarterbacks?" I said no. I thought he would do Cam Ward. That's really funny that he did that. So he put the new quarterback for the Saints. And then my bust for the Bear. And I just want to say this before I say this guy's name. I am not a hater, and I'm not trying to be a hater on him. It's mostly just the placement of where he might get drafted and his quarterback play. So I think Tyler Warren might be a bust. I think just because I don't like AR, I don't like that kind of play style. That we've talked about it many times. I think he is just gonna, he's just not gonna throw it 5 yards or whatever it is, and he's gonna look for that Alec Pierce 150-yard touchdown every time. Now, if it's Danny Dimes that gets in there, this obviously he's not gonna be a bust. And I think that's what they should do really fast, but if they want to win games. But no, Tyler Warren, it's mostly just quarterback play, and he's going to be the tight end one off the board, and he might just be a little bit too high for my liking in these drafts where he's going to have a lot of expectations, and Anthony Richardson's just not going to throw it to him.
Yeah, I like that. My bust is going to be Omarion Hampton to the Chargers.
Wow.
Now let me cook here. If you look right, first of all, the Chargers running back room, they just brought in two guys, right? Najee, and I thought they brought in somebody else. But either way, they brought in Najee. He is going to be the back. And if you look, Omarion Hampton is projected to be the second pick in your Dynasty fantasy draft. So unless you're in Dynasty, obviously, but I think just regular fantasy wise, you're not going to get any value out of him this year. Like unless Najee goes down, the Chargers are not a run by committee team. We kind of saw that last year. J.K. Dobbins really took the majority of the workload. I know they had what's his name?
Gus Butts.
Yeah, Gus Edwards back there too for a while. But I feel like that was mostly in the beginning of the year while J.K. was kind of figuring out the offense. But once it hit that week 8-9 mark, J.K. Dobbins really saw the majority of the workload, which could be the case here. They could do the same thing, but I think that the bust potential for Omarion Hampton is higher than some of these other guys that are going to come in and either start right away or get the opportunities to be in that starting lineup versus this guy who's probably going to have to sit behind somebody and either wait for an injury, hopefully not, but I think the potential for bust there is a lot higher for Omarion Hampton in LA.
Right, that's super fair because he's definitely not gonna.
Bro, they're gonna find out Najee Harris sucks real fast, and they're gonna put Omarion Hampton in there. And another thing, Jim Harbaugh brought both of them in for a reason. There's in my opinion, there's no way that they just let Najee have 20 touches, and they just waste a first-round pick on Omarion Hampton. I mean, we've seen Najee Harris; he's not anything like crazy. So I think that it'll be split. I honestly think it'll be split week 1. I don't think there's much of a prove it for him because they brought him in for a reason. First-round pick. Now, if Omarion Hampton was like a 3rd or 4th-round pick behind Najee, he'd have to prove it. But they brought him in for a reason, and I think once Omarion Hampton breaks off a pretty big run, it's going to be a pretty fast transition. And Najee's only there for 1 year, so you're going to want to give your rookie as many opportunities, in my opinion.
That's fair, yeah.
That's fair.
And that's definitely my second overall pick in our dynasty, so that's why I'm really high on Omarion Hampton.
I'm definitely drafting him.
That's my guy.
I also went Tyler Warren with the buzz.
Oh,
pick.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And
That's
I
interesting.
kind of had a feeling you were going to go Tyler Warren too because we were talking about it on earlier podcasts. If AR is that quarterback, man, like you said, he's just not a good quarterback.
Garbage.
Yeah, and nothing against Tyler Warren, dude. I just want to make that clear.
Exactly.
I'm not hating on Tyler. I don't
Well,
want to start this narrative that I hate this guy because we took the other tight end. But
Right. It's just he's not in a good situation currently. So we'll see what happens. But I think if AR is that quarterback, he's going to be a bust.
Yep.
Fair.
And then the exact opposite of a bust, we're moving into our safest pick. Who was Connor's safest pick?
Well, me and Connor are. Hey, can you stop that? It's really loud. Thanks. We have the safest pick here. Me and Connor have the same pick. It is Ted McMillan is going to be the safest pick for us.
Love that.
Wow.
Wide receiver 1, brought him in for a reason. He enormous, really good for Bryce because he's really short, so he's just going to throw it to him all the time.
Big Bryce Young lovers over here.
I like that. That's a fact. Got doing right. My safest pick is going to be actually Ashton Genty. Look, I know there's questions with that offensive line, which don't get me wrong, rightfully so. Plus Geno coming in, new quarterback system, but I think that's all the more reason that Genty is more valuable because it is a new quarterback in a new system with a new coach. I feel like it's easier to lean on your. I don't want to call him like a generational prospect, but like your very, very highly touted running back who was amazing in college. So I think that's going to be your safest pick there.
Does he go over 1,000 yards?
I do think so. Well, are we talking combined receiving and rushing, or are we just talking rushing?
Rush.
I'm still okay with saying yes for going over 1,000 for rushing, which is crazy because the Raiders have not had a good running back since Josh Jacobs.
Raheem Mostert's there too.
That's not. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah, if Najee Harris has had like 3 consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards, I think Ashton Genty could.
Oh,
get
but he sucks. I don't understand that narrative.
Oh, Najee?
Yeah, but I don't understand that narrative.
He's just so slow. Like when you watch him run, man,
Yeah,
like and he like has space.
Yeah.
He is so weirdly slow.
He's a big dude.
He's not
also
exciting,
enormous.
but he puts up numbers, man. I don't know, man.
I think maybe it could be another like J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards kind of thing, where Najee gets all the touchdowns and Hampton comes in for those like second, third down passing downs and even gets running. So I don't think Najee should catch the ball out of the backfield one time this year.
No, he is not a receiving back. That's
one
for
time.
Damn sure.
So.
Yeah, that's the thing about Genty too. Like people kind of overlook his pass.
Oh my God.
He had like 600 yards, I think, not the year before this. Well, obviously because he had like 350 carries, but the year before that, he had like 500, 600 passing yards. It was insane.
Yeah, he's good, man. That's why I have him as my safe pick.
Yeah, me too.
Big Raiders fan too.
Basically, dude, I'm not gonna lie.
He's all in on the Raiders and Bryce Young this season.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy. The deeper we get into like this whole podcasting and sports talk and everything like that, it's crazy how much your like fandom for certain players really affects the way that you think about not only the sport but just like the matchups, everything. It really twists your view of things. Because 5 years ago I would never be like I'm rooting for the Panthers or the Raiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you just bought a Brock Bowers jersey from us.
I did.
Like, when would you ever buy a Raiders jersey before doing this podcast?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get the black Bryce Young jersey too. So
sick. So sick.
I'm gonna like freaking embroider the rookie card onto it.
Melt it on there.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Just cut it out and have like
we're gonna be
my mom
going
sew
down
it.
to fucking Alex is gonna buy a house and his basement's gonna be Brock Bowers and Bryce Young just slacked on the wall.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk down there like, dude, what the fuck are these jerseys on your wall?
Yep.
What team do you cheer for? Jesus.
Right.
All NFL teams with all different players. It's like,
Dude, I'm really big into fantasy football, so I mean that's just what it is.
That's also true.
you're gonna have 2 basements. One just like fantasy basement,
Just cut in half.
just-
Players in Minnesota on the other side.
Yep.
And Packer stuff, Chris.
Ew. No, not happening.
Yeah. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
That's crazy.
We got swept last
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and we beat you too.
Dang. Shut up.
in Lambeau.
Yeah, Caleb's house.
Fuck, man. Whatever. Moving on. Long-term investments. And speaking of long-term investments, Caleb Williams won, but we're also going to be talking about rookie long-term investments and drafting. Who is a player that you're thinking for the long haul that might not have that instant impact, but could be really good in the future?
I really hope none of you say the guy that I put, because I really like the guy that I put.
I think the description that you put for Connor's person kind of doesn't make sense. I think it's more just like he's just going to be good for a long time. I think that's what he's kind of saying, because he put Ashton Genty.
Okay.
So I think Ashton Genty is going to be good right away, right?
Okay.
And be good
Yeah.
forever, not
Yeah.
bad. Hopefully,
Well,
right away.
I mean, that's not what long-term investment means, but okay. Yeah, I see it.
Well, it's kind of like what Connor was or what Mason was saying, but all right. My long-term investment is Emeka Abuka, the
Yeah.
wide receiver from the Buccaneers.
I like
Obviously,
that.
he's not gonna come in right away, and he's gonna have to wait for Mike Evans and Godwin and McMillan to move out of the way. So, yeah, I think he's gonna not have a crazy year one or even two, and it's just gonna be and because this is Dynasty, obviously, so you're gonna have to wait a little bit for it.
Yeah. I like that. So my guy is going to be DJ Giddens, the Colts running back from Kansas State. He is a beast, right? I really liked him. I was kind of hoping the Vikings would take him, but with our draft and everything like that, it really wasn't in the cards. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor is under contract for this year and next year. But after this year, there's a potential out in the contract where if they cut him, there'll only be $2.5 million of dead cap. And we all saw how the contract negotiations went. I don't know if there's still some bad blood there, or maybe they made up, or whatever it is. But I think having DJ sit behind Jonathan Taylor and learn and come in there every once in a while, I do think that's a really smart long-term investment because he's really freaking good, and we'll wait to see what he looks like on the pro level.
Love that. Very fair. God damn, DJ Giddens. Didn't even know who that was. I'm not gonna lie.
We know ball.
That up and had to do a little reading, but I also went running back here. Not many people were talking about him in this draft because his numbers slipped significantly last season. But I've got Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State on the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years ago, he had just insane numbers. He was rushing for almost 2,000 yards and had 20 touchdowns. I thought he was a beast, and then he stayed there for his sophomore or junior year and dipped. Forgot he was even there, saw he got drafted. I'm like, hey, if HN gets hurt, Mostert's gone, who's their other running back? I can't even remember what his name was. Jalen Wright.
Yep.
Don't really know what he's going to be up to, so I think Ollie Gordon has a great chance of, slipping into a running back 2 position there.
I like that.
Love.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm the one that's got to move us to the next bit. I was like sitting here. I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do?
Moving on.
Moving on to the most potential out of all these players. Who has the most potential in fantasy?
All right. So, me and Connor both have running backs, different players. His most potential is going to be Amarian Hampton. He said, "Good line could be run heavy with coach." So, I agree with that but my most potential is going to be R.J. Harvey. I just think it is another one of those guys that they brought him in for a reason. They don't have one there, so he's going to go in there and possibly show out and could be really good or really bad. But I think he's going to be pretty good with the checkdowns. Bo Nix is going to give him every drop back.
Every play. Yeah.
So I just think he's going to slide right into the one and go crazy.
Fair enough. My most potential, kind of boring, but I kind of feel like it was kind of the same as the sleeper pick. So I did Matthew Golden again. For the same exact reason as I had him as a sleeper. He's going to go in there and have hopefully if the Packers play this smart, have the opportunity to be the number one receiver right away and produce and show that he can do it. So I think that's the most potential there.
Love that. For most potential, I kind of went with a guy who might have a chance, not really sure, but Amarian Hampton as well. I think he's super talented. He was third in the country in rushing yards after initial contact. So
yeah.
He's got all the tools to be a starting running back in the NFL. It's just, does he get the role? Najee Harris is right now the running back 1. And you saw what he did in Pittsburgh, man. He just grinded 25 carries for 80 yards, just night in, night out. Jim Harbaugh, I think, is going to want to do that. So, we'll see what Amarian Hampton can do. But I think he is a stud and can be a stud. So hopefully he gets that opportunity. And then to finish off our rookie superlatives, Love doing this. Love the superlatives. We're going to be giving our fantasy rookie of the year, the MVP, the best rookie out of all the rookies. Brennan, who is
Um, Connor picked Matthew Golden, so maybe a biased pick
God.
there.
Homer.
Holy fuck.
God,
So,
I fucking hate that guy.
The bear here. I got Amarian Hampton, dude. I don't know if I've
Wow,
said enough,
okay.
but I'm really happy
Full
that he
on.
landed there. Maybe drafting a running back in the first is rich for them, but Harbaugh likes running the ball a lot, so he got a running back, the second best running back in the class, and Najee, like I said, is there for one 1 year, so maybe they just see Omarion break off so many runs that they just say, "Sorry, Najee, you're just going to be the goal line back, and Omarion, you're going to be every down." So, I just think Omarion is just going to be insane. That's my pick for rookie of the year.
That would kind of suck for fantasy, wouldn't it? Though, if Najee was the goal line back.
Well, they don't. Maybe they just don't get to the goal line 5 yards, and they give it to Marion every time.
Gotcha.
Also PPR. So
Yeah, that's very fair. My fantasy rookie of the year is going to be Tet McMillan. I don't feel like I have to talk about my love for Bryce Young here. Get him the wide receiver one plus Xavier Legette's there to take some of the heat off of Tet
Coker?
McMillan. Jalen Coker, who is also on my fantasy team, is on there. I got Coker and Legette. Maybe I pick up Tet and just do the whole trio. But I do think he's going to have a lot of opportunities and could be the best rookie fantasy wise coming out of this draft.
money.
Yep, and I'll just keep it short and sweet. I also have Tet McMillan, but if I had to go with someone else, I was thinking, maybe Cam Ward, just based on pure stats and his ability to win a couple games in Tennessee, because they're not going to be great, but maybe he could put up some big games and pad his stats a little bit. But
Throw the ball
Tet
to
McMillan-
Calvin Ridley a million times.
Where wide receivers go to die.
Literally.
Didn't they just sign another fucking old receiver? I don't know. I can't remember.
They
but-
did. Maybe Gabe Davis can go back.
Oh, Gabe Davis homecoming? Let's go. Actually, that'd be horrible for Calvin Ridley, but
That would be very bad. Oh man! But those were our rookie superlatives. Let's just kind of do one last. Everyone kind of give their.
Can I say the wide receiver that they brought in? Sorry, it was Tyler Lockett.
oh,
That they brought in.
okay, yeah,
Yuck.
Thank you for that.
That was amazing.
I couldn't remember who it was. Yeah, Tyler Lockett, old head. But yeah, we'll just kind of go through our lists. So Brennan, do you want to just give Connor's?
Yeah. So Connor's sleeper was R.J. Harvey. His bust was shitbag. Safest pick was Tet McMillan. Long-term investment Ashton Genty. Most potential Amarian Hampton, and fantasy rookie of the year was Golden. And then my sleeper was Jaden Higgins. Bust was Tyler Warren. Safest pick was Tet McMillan. Long-term investment was Ibuka. Most potential was R.J. Harvey, and rookie of the year was Amarian Hampton.
nice. So for me, sleeper Matthew Golden, bust Amari Hampton. Again, I feel like I have to specify this. Most bust potential, in my opinion, has the widest margin to be a bust. Safest pick, Ashton Genty. Long-term investment, DJ Giddens. Most potential. Damn it, I deleted it. That sucks. But I said Matthew Golden. That's right. Yeah, I said Matthew Golden. I did. I don't know why I deleted it, but I did. So most potential Matthew Golden, and then fantasy rookie of the year I had Tet McMillan.
Ted. Love it.
I don't.
You said number 2. Yeah, good job.
I don't know,
Where
dude.
is it?
Yeah.
Gotta free up my iCloud space. Delete.
Control Z. Undo.
So good.
Shit.
Sleeper pick, R.J. Harvey. Bust, Tyler Warren. Safest pick, Ashton Genty. Long-term investment, Ollie Gordon. Most potential, Marion Hampton. And fantasy rookie of the year, Tet McMillan. So, while we have got our brains set on rookie players, Mr. Cheesehead, number 2, is bringing you a budget game,
Oh,
Rookie Player Edition.
I bet you I know who one of the quarterbacks are.
We are not taking him.
$5, Tyler Shitbag.
Tyler Shitbag. That's awesome.
How it's gonna work? You guys can, obviously like keep track of who you're picking. I'll be doing the same. It's just gonna be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. 4 positions, $11.
Money.
Here we go. Would you guys like to start off with quarterback or tight end?
Quarterback.
Quarterback. Here we go. If you need me to,
I'll keep
say
track.
these, yep. Let me know if you guys need me to repeat. But for $5, you're getting Cam Ward. We're not getting him. You can get him for $5. $4, Jackson Dart. $3, Shadur. $2. Fuck, I shut my phone. $2, Jalen Milroe, and $1, Tyler Shitbag.
Shitbag. All right, Alex, I'll throw out who I think, and you tell me what you think. I was thinking him or Milroe at 2.
I was also thinking Milroe at 2, to be honest. That guy's a freak athlete. But I understand the options in total are not that great. I feel like we can. I feel like we can splurge on like a running back, get like Genty for $5. So if we take Milroe,
Sure.
that what is it, that quarterback power read option, whatever is going to be elite. So Milroe for $2.
We'll do that. Money.
Love it. Moving on to the running backs. Like Alex just said, for $5, you can get Ashton Genty. $4, Quinshon Judkins. $3, R.J. Harvey. $2, Cam Scattaboo. And then $1, Trevor Etienne, brother of Travis, who is playing for the Panthers.
Since we are only doing one position each, I'm cool with just splurging the 5 on Genty.
So that'll put us at a total of 7, leaving us 4 for wide receiver and tight end. I'm not gonna. We can splurge here.
Who's 4 again? Who's 4?
4 was Quinshon Judkins, and 3 was R.J. Harvey, and 2 was Cam Scattaboo.
As much as I know you don't like the Broncos, we could go RJ.
Yeah, I would, or we could go Scattaboo. I like it. I like Cam too, but
or Judkins.
I'll leave it.
I'm 3 or 4. You pick.
Okay. Let's go with Judkins.
All right.
I don't want any.
That's fair.
Broncos.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Knew it. All right, so with $5 left, we are moving on to the wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jalen Milroe and Quinshon Judkins. $5, you can get Tet McMillan. $4, Jaden Higgins. $3, Luther Burden. $2, Jack Beck, who is playing for the Las Vegas Raiders.
He's a
from TCU.
dog.
And then $1, Savion Williams.
You know who my pick is? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to be biased, but he is actually a dog.
What do we have left?
So we would have $2 left.
You have $5 left.
Okay.
So who's 2? Who's it? Tyler Beck?
Jack Beck.
Jack Beck. I'm sorry. What team is he on?
Raiders.
Well,
He's a beast. And Luther Burden was the $3 option.
yeah.
Jaden Higgins was 4. Tet was 5.
So I'm hoping maybe we go like we get Fanning or that Ferguson dude for the tight end, because I know Mason loves that guy for the $2 option. But I don't know, dude. Our wide receiver 1, I don't know if Beck is really that good. So I don't know much about him. I know Luther Burden is good. So that's why I think we go Luther. But
that's fair. I kind of want. Oh yeah.
Because I think the wide receiver is a lot more like the $3 to $2 option for tight end could not mean anything. The Luther Burden is better than Beck is, 100%.
All right. Yeah, I like it. Let's do it. $3, Luther Burden.
Alrighty, so you guys got $2 left. Obviously, you can choose the $1 option, so I'm not going to say that, this guy is given to you. So for $5, you're missing out on Colston Loveland. $4, you're missing out on Tyler Warren. $3, you're missing out on Mason Taylor, tight end for the Jets. $2, you can choose my guy, Terrence Ferguson.
Yes!
And then for $1, you can also choose Elijah Arroyo, who is playing for the Seahawks.
He's kind of good too. But yeah, no, we'll go with Ferguson.
Beautiful.
Money, dude. That I just cooked. That was fucking awesome. That was perfect.
I don't understand, real quick, how the fuck is Tyler Warren the $4 option and Colson Loveland was the
Dude,
$5
you missed
option?
last podcast, dude. We love Loveland over here, dude.
I've been reading more about him, and he's just a good fit for the Bears. He's quicker. I think he's got more potential to.
Yeah, but we're just talking players that we're gonna take. We're not taking them on the Bears. We're just taking the player themselves.
Dude, Loveland's a dog. Don't sleep on him, dude. Just
I
because
went a lot like draft position
he was
as well.
just because freaking Warren had double the amount of receptions and all better stats doesn't mean he's a better player.
It could play every single fucking position on that offense.
Yeah. I'd love that. Do it for the Colts, man. I'd love to see it.
Quarterback.
Maybe a
Tyler
better
Warren.
option,
The next what's his name?
Taysom Hill.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with $11, you guys created your team of Jalen Milroe at quarterback. You got him for $2. You went with the $4 option running back and got Quinshon Judkins. You took Luther Burden for $3, and then you got Terrence Ferguson for $2.
That
Honestly,
is
I
money.
think you guys cooked.
Money.
It's a solid team.
9 out of 10.
Love that team. That was fun. Love it, love it, love it. That is it for our NFL segment. Thanks for sticking around. If you are still here, remember, follow the Cheeseheads and Bear podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you guys can find us.
At
We're on
Cheese
Spotify,
Bear Pod.
Music, at Cheese Bear Pod, CHEEZ Bear Pod.
Cheese and Bear Pod.
Cheese
Yeah,
and
there we
cheese
go.
and bear pod.
There it is.
There we go.
Just type in cheese and you'll fucking find us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So, moving on to the NBA playoffs. We were kind of talking about this before we started the podcast, but god damn, these
Whew.
playoffs have been good.
Electric.
Unexpected. Just full of drama and beef and heartbreak and
Yeah.
choking. And,
Literally.
oh my god, it's really had it all. So
Brennan,
I
before
don't remember where we left off last time, but Brennan, Alex, you were gonna have.
I was
say something?
no, I was just gonna say Brennan was saying too before we started that this is one of the best playoff runs that we've seen in a couple of years, to be honest. So, and I 100% agree with that sentiment. This basketball that's being played right now is elite, great level, and lots of storylines going on as well. So you're emotionally invested as well, not just interested in the basketball being played here.
Yeah, and I think there's been like 20-point leads just lost.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been insane.
I mean, and then what was it? The away teams were 6-0 or something like that for the first in the second round for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Love that.
that's crazy. I think we lost our host here.
Oh no!
So we can we can.
I was wondering what he was doing. I'm like, bro, like,
are you gonna blink? No. But
right,
I could.
talk-
Oh, you got it. You got it. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask you what until we get him back. Let's do the least
that's
fun,
bad.
least which one do you want to talk about the least? What series you want to talk about?
Honestly, we could talk about the one that I want to talk about the least. The Warriors Wolves. Yeah, I think that is one of the most interesting ones of this. But yeah.
Okay. No, I just don't think it's going to be interesting at all because of Steph Curry.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is true. For at least 2 weeks.
Out indefinitely. I don't know. Did they give a timetable?
I thought I read for a strained hamstring. I think it was 2 weeks.
Sure.
He would be out for.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw out indefinitely, but that was a few days ago, so maybe they updated that. But yeah, I think the game 3 is tonight, so obviously Curry probably will not be playing.
Definitely not.
So Timberwolves should take this game pretty easily again. This team before Jimmy Butler got there was not very good at all.
Bad.
And now you lost your best player, the best shooter of all time, the offense. So I mean, now everyone's got to bump up one, and it's not the easiest thing to do when you want Buddy Hield to be the Robin. Love Buddy, but he's not. He just shoots threes, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, so does Curry, but Curry can also ball hand and play make.
Yeah.
Unlike anyone else. So
Very, very
I
true.
think we were saying, Mason, that for me personally, this is the least exciting one out of the series that we got.
Agreed.
I just think since if Curry's not back by Game 4 and Timberwolves win tonight and he's out again for Game 4, it's just going to be a little bit too late. So I just think it sucks. Injuries suck, man. Turn them off.
Yeah. I don't know how, but I did momentarily forget that Curry did get injured and was going to be out. So it was a very interesting series. They were going back and forth, but now it definitely has a lot less pizzazz to it as a series. A couple points I wanted to talk about. A big. Obviously Curry being out, but another big thing is Draymond Green is 2 either technicals or flagrant fouls away from a suspension.
Nuts, dude.
So that is a super big point to watch for in these games, especially when he needs to step up and now be the 2, I guess, or I mean 3, Buddy.
Maybe.
Yeah, Buddy. I don't know, however you want to put
Somebody,
that.
yeah.
But that's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch. I saw there's been a lot of discourse about that last technical that he got, and he was talking, and I've seen a lot of stuff about it, but I feel like if it was anybody else, it probably wouldn't have been a technical. But also in that same breath, this is I don't know if I want to call it a persona, but this is the bed that Draymond Green has made, and now he has to lie in it. Basically, this is the type of player he is. That's what he's done his whole career. So for him to be like it's not my fault. Nobody else would have got that. It is your fault. It's who you are. That's you've proven it time and time and time and time and time and time. I don't have enough time to say time enough times, but it's that's. It's just a really weird thing to deal with. But also on the opposite side of that, Anthony Edwards, playing out of his mind, had something going on like with his knee, like some scary looking injury, but ended up being okay. He'll be back. I think he's playing tonight. But also Rudy Gobert is actually playing pretty decent too. So that's another thing to look at too. Is like Rudy's kind of out there balling. So.
Right. And
It helps when you're freaking 7 feet tall and they run out of 6'8" power forward again.
Right, when Pat Spencer gets switched on.
Yeah, I saw that dude out there. I'm like, who is that? Get him off the court, dude.
Dude, when he made that hook shot a couple nights ago, oh my fucking, I can't. It was over Julius Randle, dude. He hit a fucking hook shot over Julius. I was like,
a driving hook shot layup is crazy.
That was the only way he's getting that fucking shot off. Yeah. Did you guys give your just like predictions on who's going to win the series, or kind of just talk about who's winning tonight?
Yeah, we just kind of give a little breakdown.
Yeah, not yet.
Well, yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi.
You can start it.
My Wi-Fi has been complete ass, but tonight I think the Timberwolves absolutely snatch Game 3. Even if Curry comes back, I think this injury, it's going to be lurking. I don't think he's going to be the same. It just doesn't feel like this is the Warriors series. Maybe they'll get another one in California if he does come back. But overall, I think the Timberwolves are they're feeling hot. They're playing well. I'm going to go T-Wolves in 6.
Yeah, I'm going T-Wolves in 6 as well. I mean, Curry being out, this team is not very good with the Warriors. Could have been a really good series. Obviously, Game 1, the Warriors took it pretty easily, honestly. And it could have been a really good series back and forth, but without their best player ever in their franchise, I don't see them winning many games. So, what is that? What was that?
I mean,
You don't think Curry's the best Warrior of all time?
Wilt played for the Warriors, so
dude,
I don't know, man. We're just
no cameras never existed. It was all just made up things.
All right.
Don't read everything you see on the internet, Alex. Come on.
Okay. Whatever you say. I just had to put it out there. Wilt also played for the Warriors.
That's fair. Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant also played for the Warriors.
No, I'll take Timberwolves in 6.
Yeah, I'm also going to do the same here. Like I think Mason said it perfectly. Even if they do rush Curry back out there, it's going to be exactly that. He's going to be rushed out there. He's not going to be 100%. And maybe not 100% Curry can get it done. That'd be crazy. But but I do have Timberwolves in 6 on this one.
Nice. Yeah. Just shaping up to be, the Timberwolves conference finals run for once. But staying in the West.
Yeah.
Staying in the West. We are at Game 4 tomorrow at 2:30. Last night, Denver. Overtime, man. What a game. I didn't get to watch a lot of it as, it was my buddy's birthday and my birthday on Wednesday, so we were kind of celebrating, so we didn't get to watch much of the game, but we were kind of poking our heads in and we were watching bits. And Aaron Gordon, I'm just going to let Brennan go here, but wow, man. Thunder Nuggets, it's
Aaron Gordon's a beast.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon is on a generational run. He is playing his name into being a star. I would say he's a top-tier role player coming into these playoffs, and he's playing insane, dude. I think I sent a message to Mason yesterday. He's shooting 60% from 3 in this series.
Yeah.
I know it's 3 games, but that is insane. And I just think when the Nuggets, obviously, when Jokic does his thing, they're a good team. But when everyone's clicking, this team is deadly. Go ahead.
The craziest thing is Jokic had a bad game last night. He had a bad game.
That's when you look at the box score and they all have 20. It's hard to beat this team, obviously, number wise. But it's just when they're all clicking. When Murray's being aggressive and actually scoring, it's insane. You got Westbrook, he's not putting up points, but he's all over the place. Sometimes it's really funny to watch him play. Yeah. And then you got Michael Porter Jr. that's lacing it from 3. So it's when this team is clicking, it's very hard. And like you said, when Jokic is I think he shot 0 for 10 from 3 and they win.
8 turnovers.
It's like that's insane. And it was insane. SGA didn't have the greatest game, which was kind of fun to see. Kind of hate watching. Shout out Kyle. Nothing personal. It's just when your friends like a different team, you just got to hate on them. But it's kind of funny for me to cheer for the Nuggets at the same time. But no, I think this series is insane. I will take the Nuggets though. I'm taking the Nuggets to win. I don't think Jokic has another one of these games, and he just babies Chet and Hartenstein. He is so happy that he doesn't have to go against Zubac anymore.
Yeah. I got a couple points here. One is going to be Jamal Murray is got to be talked about as one of the all-time playoff risers. He's good in the regular season, serviceable, decent. To one of those I don't know, anywhere from 15 to 20 guys, I would say. But when it comes playoff time, he's up there. He moves top 8. When it comes playoff time, so I think he's kind of cementing his name as one of those all-time playoff risers. SGA had a fucking horrible overtime. To be honest, the whole game SGA played really, really badly.
18 points.
Yeah, but especially in overtime, did not crapped. Just could not do anything. I do think it's a weird series. The Nuggets take both close games, but got absolutely blown out in Game 2. That was insane to see. But the game was basically over halfway through the second quarter. It was crazy. They put up 84 points, 87 in one half. So it really. I don't know. And then Brennan kind of touched on it. Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and Aaron Gordon all scored over 20 points. The synergy there was amazing. I just also wanted to give a little shout-out to Michael Never Swing the Rock Porter Jr. For going out there in toughing out this injury that he has, man. This is his. I don't remember specific. I can't think of it off, but it's some shoulder injury, which is. It normally puts people out for 4 to 6 weeks where you shouldn't, move it. You should be icing it all the time, this and that. But this guy's out there lacing it from 3, jumping for loose balls. He is putting the effort in showing that he wants to win this series. I am going to go overall with. I'm going to take the Thunder in 7, though.
Wow, I love that. That's one pick.
I do, like I said, I just spent all this time talking about the Nuggets because we've spent so many other episodes talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I think that alone speaks for itself. They've had 2 really, really close losses. It seems like once in those close games, it seems like they almost lose their faith, I guess isn't the right word, but like their momentum, they seem like completely out of it if it's a really close. Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you. Defeated. If it's a close game towards the end of the fourth quarter, they just kind of lay down and die. So I'd like to see that change. I'm sure that's coaching, this and that, substitutions. Maybe give them a couple less minutes so that way or in the beginning, so that way by the end they're a little bit more fresh. I don't know, but I do think that the Thunder can get it done here in 7.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to go with the Nuggets here. I think their experience of being in the playoffs is going to propel them to a Game 6 victory in Denver. They've been there before. They've got the chip. I think Shea's going to crumble again in one of these games and just really – they're going to have to do something with that team. I think one of those players is going to have to get moved. I get that they're all young, but –
Dude, they're going to blow it up if they lose this series,
it's
I
like
think.
You went 68-14, I think their record was, and they've been good. So if you can't even make it to the Western Conference Finals, it's – I don't know, man. I don't know what you do if you're a Thunder office worker, but – yeah, I've got the Nuggets in 6.
No, I like when the point where you said the experience. It's showing, dude. In these late game, like low in the shot clock, obviously, and then like late in the fourth quarter. Yesterday, SGA had 3 chances to score, and he missed all of them. And then he didn't put up a single shot in the overtime. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
His whole dribbling the shot clock down and this ISO work that they're trying. First of all, I'm a little pissed at Oklahoma for wasting an absolute gem of a J-Dub game. All right, that man played out of his freaking mind. What was it, 34? Something 32. Like that, 32. Just had an amazing game. But towards the end with SGA, he was just like dribbling the clock out and then throwing up these horrible shots at the end of the shot.
Foul baiting for the win.
Foul baiting for the win is crazy. Yeah. So and I'm just glad that gets put on a national stage. So what are you gonna say? Yeah, SGA is not a foul baiter. Boom, game on the line. What's he do? Foul baits.
And then, I mean, shout out to the boy, Hartenstein. Love the man. He's a great basketball player. But he threw up 3 teardrops, like floaters that usually are money for him. Missed all 3 of them. I'm like, hey, man, give the ball to the MVP or anyone else. Stop shooting in overtime. SGA should not have – he had no stats. Not a single rebound, not a single assist, no shot attempts in overtime. How is that even possible?
Tony Snell. Pulled his Tony Snell.
I get it's 5 minutes, but there's no way that Hartenstein should have 3 shots in the overtime. Maybe with pick and rolls, but it was him doing it and then shooting a floater and missing. And I'm like, bro, what are we doing? There were good looks, but like, dude, come on, stop shooting the ball.
Yeah.
Wild series. So we'll keep you guys updated on what we're feeling and what we're thinking with the West. Right now, it's looking like we are thinking T-Wolves and Nuggets, Brendan and I. Alex is thinking T-Wolves and Thunder. So we will update you guys on the West in a week, and we'll see where we're at in the West. And moving on to the Eastern Conference. My fucking God. I mean, it just gets crazier and crazier. We thought that the Thunder-Nuggets series was getting crazy. Nah, the Eastern Conference games, guys. These have been cinema, just to say the least. We'll start with the Cavs and Pacers because they played last night, and yes! Fuck! Yes! God, Cavs in fucking 6! Come on! Thank you, Evan Mobley. Thank you, Garland. Thank you, Hunter. Pacers, you're fucked. You're fucked. Fuck you. That's all I'm saying.
I like it. Brennan, why don't you go? I'll save it.
Yeah. You got points that you were really excited about, so let me just do mine a little fast. Donovan Mitchell. I think that's all I got to really say, dude. 40 in the last 2 games. He might be the best shooting guard in the league. I'm going to say it, dude. He is fucking insane. Anthony Edwards is there. I understand that, but Spida's been doing it for a little bit longer. I got to give him his flowers. Devin Booker's dead to me. He isn't even the playoffs. So, Spida. He is the man. I love him, and you just had to wait for the Cavs to get healthy, man. And Tyrese was pretty quiet. That's all I'm gonna say.
He was
very, very quiet. Perfect. All right, so like I said, I got a little breakdown here. First point is going to be, like Brendan said, Donovan Mitchell is so fucking good. All right, stat lines for the last 3 games: 43, 9, and 5 in Game 3, 48, 5, and 9 in Game 2, and then 35, 5, and 4 in Game 1. Like, just he is when they're injured, obviously he's the Cleveland Cavaliers, but he's still doing it with everybody back. So he is so damn good. Moving on here, we got a little bit of a Tyrese Halliburton rant that I have here. First of all, first point on here is he's the most overrated superstar. I don't know. Are we calling him a superstar / like the guy on a team?
All-star.
Like he's
All-star.
the right. Okay, so we'll call him the all-star. But for being the guy on the Pacers, right? And that's in quotations. He's so overrated. It's so hilarious. His stat line from this last game. Okay, 4 points, 0 rebounds, 5 assists. You know what that is? That's the Oklahoma area code, buddy. But he's not even putting up tour dates. He's putting up area codes. Okay? You are so garbage. All right? He's averaging 16, 5, and 10 this postseason. And that's your guy. Your guy is averaging 16, 5, and 10. Cool, double-double. Like, that's his whole thing, right? He's the double-double guy. I mean, he's 19th this year in double-doubles. So he's not even, like, elite in that. Josh Hart is better than him and in double-doubles. Trae Young and Cade Cunningham are both tied with him at 31 apiece. So for a guy that's your thing, you're not even that good at it. So that's just absolutely ridiculous. For the past 2 weeks, I've had to listen, ever since that Bucks series, I've had to listen to all the people say, respect Tyrese Halliburton, overrate that. He's proving he's the guy in Indiana. All I had to do was sit back and wait. I just had to sit there, wait, and Tyrese Halliburton will prove me right 10 times out of 10. Okay? He's not good. He is so inconsistent. No other all-star / the guy for your team is putting up 4 points in a playoff game. Okay? This year, he has had 12 games where he's dropped less than 10 points. 12 games.
He did have a donut. I know that.
Yeah, that is insane. Okay, even the guy that I think we'll talk about him a little bit later here, that is also one of the most overrated players, Jason Tatum, is more reliable than Tyrese Halliburton is. He is not in any kind of top 5, top 10. I don't want to hear it. If we want to go right into it, I have a list here of players that I would rather have than Tyrese Halliburton. All right,
this.
I have 26 names on this right now, and I did it just before we started, so I had like 5 minutes to put this list together.
Quick 26.
So we got the first ones out of the way here: Giannis, Jokic, SGA, Wemby. All right. Those 4 right off the bat, taking them over Tyrese Halliburton, obviously. Jason Tatum, crazy coming from me, I get it. I'd rather have Jaylen Brown than Tyrese Halliburton, Finals MVP. Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyrie, Kawhi, a healthy Kawhi, and I don't want to put the caveat on a healthy Kawhi. Even if I had Kawhi on my team, I wouldn't play him till February, just like the Clippers did this year, so we could have the same production, because that is the plan with Kawhi. Okay, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, and I hate that guy, but I'd rather have Devin Booker than Tyrese Halliburton. This is where the list starts to get a little dicey.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah. So we got Evan Mobley, I'd rather have than Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
I have Jamal Murray, I would rather have than Tyrese Halliburton. I have Paolo Banchero, I would rather have than Tyrese Halliburton. Domantas Sabonis, I would rather have than Tyrese Halliburton. Ja Morant, I would rather have than Tyrese Halliburton.
No.
Okay,
Keep going with your
that's
list.
fine.
That's the first miss I got.
That's fine.
You can
That's fine.
absolutely argue that for sure.
De'Aaron Fox, I would rather have than Tyrese
Yes.
Halliburton. And that's my 26 right there.
And there's
Gotcha.
more that I was thinking of, dude. Like you said Josh Hart is better.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
rather-
like I said, I only had like 5 minutes to do this before.
Right.
If I would have done this, and I only thought about it right before we started recording, but if I would have thought about this when I was putting this whole thing together, I guarantee you I could have 35, 40 names on this list
Yes.
at the minimum that I would rather have than Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know if I ever said it, but also Dame. I don't think I
You
said
also,
Damian Lillard. So
You also didn't
Dame.
say Luca either.
I'm pretty sure
He said
I just said Luca.
Oh, he said Luca?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wanted to actually go through and go team by team and see who I would rather have than Tyrese Halliburton, but like I said, didn't have the time. But that was just a quick 26. You guys didn't like the Ja Morant one, understandable, but I do believe that there's an argument.
There is
that
an
you can
argument
make.
for sure.
There is.
So, just that was my quick little Tyrese Halliburton rant for all you fucking. Oh, also, yeah, what? No, I'm not even going to go into that. So we got that was just my quick little Tyrese Halliburton rant for all you people out there that have been for the past 2 weeks just hyping Tyrese Halliburton up. The stat line that he put up this past game is who Tyrese Halliburton is. He's a fucking shitter, and I don't want to hear about how great Tyrese Halliburton is again.
I don't want to hear that shit either. And dude, and the worst part about Tyrese Halliburton is like, you know what? Like, you have your games, you have your moments, cool for you. But when you're losing and you're quiet, you look like such a fucking loser.
Yes, dude.
Bitch. Like, dude, Michael Jordan or someone may have said it best. Like, a real man can talk when you're losing.
Yeah.
That's why Jimmy Butler scares the shit out of me. Because when he was playing the Bucks, dude, and they were losing and he's talking shit, I respect that. But if you're going up by 10
Yeah.
and only talking when the crowd's hyping you up, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yep. I love it. Fuck you, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
So this
I don't
is
care
just
that
gonna-
you're from Wisconsin. I do not
is-
care.
This is either going to age real nicely for Alex, or Halliburton might drop a masterclass next game. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
I'll be on another.
We'll have to come back to this.
I'll be on another fucking edit, making me look like an idiot.
Well, the Tyrese Halliburton.
Like for some reason, hopefully it doesn't happen. It's like the Pacers win and they clip out you saying they'd rather have Spida, and then it's like this whole thing.
That I don't feel like that's even if the Pacers win.
I know, but
feel
it would
like
be
that's
it would
insane.
it would just be funny to see another edit. That's
He
awesome.
did. That was insane.
That was hilarious. That was-
That was crazy.
Imagine just seeing yourself in an edit that like
Just randomly on your For
they
You
had,
page.
like they had no they didn't contact the podcast. They didn't contact
No.
you. They just like you're just swiping. You're like, what the fuck?
Wait a second. Did we
No
post?
tag.
Did we post it? Wait a second. No, we didn't.
What the fuck? That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
I couldn't even imagine.
To finish off the NBA segment and this podcast, we are just going to quickly and briefly talk about. Actually, we could go in depth, honestly, because this series is phenomenal so far. If you're a Knicks
Yeah,
fan.
it is.
If you're a Knicks fan.
If you're anybody but a
Austin
Celtics
Peter.
fan,
Yeah.
If you
Um,
don't hate the Celtics like we do, you are in hell right now, and you are nervous. So, Brennan,
as you should be.
what is going on?
I also don't think we gave our predictions, but I'm gonna go
Oh,
Cavs in
did not.
6.
Yeah, Cavs in 6.
Cavs in 7.
Sweep the rest of the series. I'm now that they're all healthy. There's no question in my mind that
And they
the
weren't even
Cavs are
fully
going to win
healthy
this.
last game, too. So,
No,
Right.
they were kind of pushed into.
yeah.
Okay, so Knicks Celtics here. Knicks are up 2-0, brother. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not gonna lie. We have to start studying. I think we were talking about this last year at this point too. What the hell happens with Jason Tatum's shot by playoff time?
Yeah.
And again, dude's 6'10". Drive to the hoop, brother. Stop shooting
Nope.
sidestep threes
Nope.
with your freaking catapult shot. Stop doing that.
It's engraved in his
And then
brain.
Jalen Brown's not playing well. I think he's still dealing with his injury, but that's besides the point. And then KP, you're sick, brother. It's the playoffs. Come
For
on.
weeks, dude. That guy has been
unless,
sick.
Unless he's like
Yeah.
dying, but he's playing. It's minutes. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like, get in the game.
14 minutes.
Jason Tatum, man. I mean, that's another thing. Like, KP has to play. You can't. I love Al Horford and Luke Cornett, but you can't rely on those guys to be your
Nope.
center in these games.
hell
Especially
no.
since Cat is actually playing well.
Yeah.
No, but Jason Tatum, dude, he just is stinking it up. Like, he had the opportunity with Luka not playing the greatest to move into that top 4, maybe top 3 combos. He is just pooping his pants, and
Top 5 and top 10
it
combos.
like
Year
it's
after
this,
year.
it's like maybe after the season, dude, the top 10 list could just be so different.
Yes.
Right now, it's all over the place. Luka's dropping to some people. Tatum had opportunity to go up. He's playing like poop, but I don't know, dude. I'm loving it. The Knicks are playing out of their mind. It's just the whole Celtics team is shooting like ass.
Yeah.
Even Derek White, my Pookie Bear, is shooting like ass, and I don't like shitting on him because he's awesome. But I think he shot like 4 for 15 from 3 game 2, and I'm like, bro, stop shooting.
You're not
But-
Grant Williams.
Yeah. So I mean, the only thing that I kind of have faith in the Celtics is because they are in these close games and they're shooting this poorly. I love the Knicks. I think they're a very gritty team, and it's awesome to see them go off. Jalen Brunson didn't play so well game 2, but they pulled out the win. Mikal Bridges came in for the defense. Like, shout out to the JJ podcast. We were saying they brought him in for defense. Him and OG have been insane. Cat's been good. But I'm still going to go Celtics here. That's going to be my pick. I have them as my champion winner when we did it with Dells. But yeah, Celtics I just think if they somehow figure out how to shoot again, they can easily start winning these games. So I'm going to go Celtics.
One thing that I just want to put out there is I've really noticed in the fourth quarter of these last 2 games, the Celtics absolutely crumble. Meanwhile, the Knicks just lay it on. I mean, in this last game alone, the Celtics scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. The Knicks scored 30 in the fourth quarter. They are made to play all 4 quarters hard, even into overtime. It does not matter. They will play their hearts out till the very end. So there's no, I want to say there's no excuse, but they can go with, oh, we were just missing our shots. That's what you do all year. That's why you were the number 1 seed. You guys just chuck up threes and they go in. We talk about this all the time. Like they throw up so many threes and they just so happen to go in all the time. It's super frustrating, and it's just not happening this series. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the air changed. They changed the temperature in the arena or something, but their shots just aren't falling this series. Now they're down 0-2. I'm going to go Knicks in 6.
Love that. Love it, love it, love it. God, I picked the Celtics to win the finals when we started this, and I've got to ride with them. I'm going to go Celtics in 7 here. I think they're finally going to see their shots fall. But I'm telling you, if Kristaps Porzingis is going to continue to be such a little girl, then it's Knicks. But if he is playing, I'm telling you, I think the Celtics will turn it around. All they need to do is just make their threes, and that happens more times than not. So once they see those shots fall, they'll finally start to get some momentum. Jason Tatum will start feeling all cool about himself, and he'll be holding up Deuce when they win.
Did it!
We did it. I don't want it to happen. I'm rooting for the Knicks to just pull off this sweep. That'd be fucking awesome. But I do think
Dude, the hate run on social media is going to be legendary.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
You get swept. Oh God, I'm praying for it, but everything I pray for usually never happens. So.
Yeah.
Like I said, like literally, this has been the exact opposite of what I've expected this NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the totals of the game 1 and game 2, 108 to 105, 91 to 90. You make maybe 1 or 2 more of those threes.
Right.
Obviously, depending on the game, they win. So I mean, that's the only thing where I have a little confidence in the Celtics. They are a good ass team. They just are in a shooting slump, and you got to think maybe, hopefully for their sake, that they figure it out. If they don't, yeah, Knicks in 6. But my pick is going to be Celtics in 7.
Yeah. That's fair. One last thing I wanted to bring up about that is I want Jalen Brunson. He's the number 1 player I want taking the last shot.
Always.
Mr. Clutch?
Yeah.
Mr. Clutch Player of the Year?
Captain Clutch, yes. He literally embodies that. He doesn't have a nervous gene in his body. So
awesome.
he lives up to the moment every single time. So
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Last thing before we start piecing out, I just want to see if can you guys see this picture?
Yeah.
Do you
I
know
mean, I've seen it. I know. I kind of can tell what the picture is, but yeah.
Do you know who we're dressed up as?
Breaking Bad guys.
Yeah. Okay. Nice job. Your culture.
I saw your story, but
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, man.
I forgot I
You
posted it.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sorry to burst your bub.
No, everyone was fucking saying that they didn't know who it was, and I just wanted to see if you guys knew Breaking Bad at all.
I mean, I got it from BV. His costume was better than yours. I won't lie.
Yes. Oh, it's fucking awesome. I had to buy that fucking costume. I hated it.
Oh, you didn't have a freaking jacket to put on? A button-up shirt?
Not like that one.
All right.
Oh, but that was episode 60-0. 6-0 of the Cheeseheads and the Bear podcast. Thank you, as always, for tuning in, listening. Follow us Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. God, are we anywhere else, or is that it?
I think that's good.
that's pretty much it.
Nice. Well, any last closing remarks? You guys are the ones that have to end it.
Go Knicks. Please beat the Celtics. That's all I got.
Please.
Go Knicks. And thank you for listening.
All right, guys.
Go Packers.
We'll have hopefully a guest on next week and Connor back, so it should be a good episode. Have a good weekend. Go
Yes,
Bears.
sir. Skull.